it up, let it strong. Roll it up, let's roll it up. Talk about it, be about it, take another shot.
Hey, yo, what's going down? I'm OD, and this is SlumpedSessions, man. We out here downtown Houston. We got a beautiful skyline in the back. It is a wonderful day. This is the first time doing a hotel interview, and it is with the one and the only Mrs. Tina Marie.
Hey.
How are you doing, man?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm good. So, obviously, now I got to ask you, what is the name, Tina Marie? How did you get that?
Well, my artist name comes from two names. It comes from my nickname, and it comes from my YouTube name, because I am a YouTuber. I have combined over 70,000 subscribers on 2 channels. Tina Marie just was the YouTube name, and Morenita is my nickname. So since that's my nickname, I wanted to add it. It gets a little confusing, so I'm thinking about simplifying it. Having 3 names is a lot. So.
It is a lot. So
yes.
that's what I was wondering, because, you know, I thought Tina Marie was kind of just in general your name.
Yeah.
And I thought Morenita was your
artist name.
Your artist
Yes.
name, which
Yes.
It sounds good, and it sounds like it would be.
Yes, and it is my artist name, but I was so scared to part away from Tina Marie because that's what my audience knows me as. So it was hard to part away from that. But at the end of the day, eventually I am going to part away from the Tina Marie. It's going to eventually leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. So
You hear it here first.
Hey.
I'm going to be leaving it behind soon enough.
But I feel like that's a necessary kind of like a growth. It feels like it'll be like the next step kind of.
Yes, and it's definitely going to be the next step for me.
So who is Tina Marie? You are a YouTuber. You're an artist.
Yes.
But who is Tina Marie?
You know, a hardworking mom. I take care of business. I love to have a lot of motion, like never stop in motion. And whatever I want to do, I just do it. I don't even think about it. I just go and do it. Like,
I see you're somebody who's very busy. You're always doing something. You're always putting out some form of content, which is great.
Yes.
That is crazy to see, you know, somebody with that kind of grind, really.
Yes.
So where are you from? Where did you grow up? Where are you from?
I'm actually an Army brat, so I've been to a lot of places, but I was born in Buffalo, New York, and I've been in Austin for the past 11 years. So I've been in Austin for a very long time.
Okay, so Buffalo.
Yes.
You were born in Buffalo?
Yes.
And how long were you actually there? All the way up till you moved to Austin, or?
No, on and off. Anytime my mom came back or we came back from being on a post somewhere, we would always come back to Buffalo because that's home to us. So we would go back and forth from different states back to Buffalo. So it just was a place that we always just finished off at by the end of each year kind of thing, or every other year kind of thing. What
is Buffalo like? What is New York in general? Because, I mean, I ain't never been out there. I've been out here in Houston my whole life. So what is New York like? What is Buffalo like?
Cold and rude.
Cold and
Cold and rude.
Cold and rude.
Yes. So I'm nice now, and I think the niceness came from being down here, because even before here, I lived in the DMV, which is the D.C., Maryland, Virginia area, because I lived in Northern Virginia. And the people still in Virginia isn't as nice as the people down here in Texas. People down here in Texas is a whole different breed of nice that I'm not used to.
And so the southern, you know, hospitality is a real thing that people actually notice?
Yes, because we ain't holding no doors for you in New York. We don't give a fuck about how your day is. We don't care about none of that shit.
And
none of it.
It's crazy because I always hear that, you know, people saying that New York is kind of like tough. New York is very rude and kind of, you know, just, you know, in your face.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know what it's like. So actually you saying that is like, it kind of solidifies it.
Yeah, like when I go home, I was home like almost 2 years ago, and I'm just talking to them. They like, you don't even sound the same no more. You sound like people from Texas. And to Texans, I don't sound like a Texan, only on certain words. But to them, I sound completely different. I'm acting different. I'm going places. I'm holding doors open for people. I'm being nice. And like, these people are like spooked and nervous. They like, what the hell? Like, it's different.
I could hear a little, you know, New York accent there.
Yeah.
I could hear it.
It comes and goes.
And okay.
Yeah.
So what was it like, you know, growing up out there? How did that kind of show, how did that kind of change who you are today, you know?
It gave me like tougher skin, but at the same time, I had like, I don't want to say a sheltered life, but it was, my mom always took care of us really good. So I kind of had a good life compared to other kids. I had a good life.
That's good though. I mean,
Yeah.
as a parent, that's kind of what you're hoping for.
Yes.
You're hoping that your child doesn't have to struggle. You're hoping that they have a good life and everything. So that's good though.
Yes, very much.
How did you actually get into music? How did you kind of stumble upon it, or is it something you've always wanted to do?
Well, my mom used to be a big local rapper back in New York, in Buffalo. When she was in high school, she was a big rapper there. My dad was a DJ. So they know both my parents. And that's another reason why my mom always took us back to Buffalo, because she's well known there. So every time they see me, anybody would see me, they'd be like, oh, that's Weezy G and DJ June's daughter. And everybody knew me because of my parents. I used to find it very embarrassing. But now as an adult, I'm like, oh, that shit is pretty cool that they know my parents. So my mom was one that really started it. And then my brother on my mom's side was the rapper. And he was killed in a prison in South Carolina. And
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. And when he died 2 years ago, my mom got real sad. She was depressed. And she asked me, like, what we going to do to get past this, stuff like this. And, I said, I'm going to be the voice for my brother. And that's what made me start rapping. I talked to my audience, my YouTubers first, and I said, do y'all feel cool with this? Would y'all be okay with me rapping and doing this? Because I ain't never did it before,
Yeah, it's something different.
Yeah, it's way different. Like, my dad had a studio. I would just be down there with everybody, but I ain't never did it. So, they kept pushing me. My audience was like, no, where the music at? Where the music at? Where the music at? And then about 7 months ago, I finally decided to put out music, and I ain't stopped since, and I loved it ever since, so.
Yeah, I mean, I like how you talk to your audience before, because if you kind of just like come left with it and start like, hey, promoting your music, and they're like, yo, where did this come from?
Yeah.
We're here for something else. We follow you for some reason. I like that though.
Yeah, it's a group decision. I mean, they're family to me. Like, they've been through me some very, very, very tough times in my life. So I like to bring it to them first and feel how they feel. But I don't bombard them with the music, because I know that's not what they're there for.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And whenever people want to follow you for the music, they usually go to like your Instagram or something. That's where I see you promote a lot of your music and stuff. Yeah,
they go to my Instagram, or they go to my vlog channel, because I talk about the music more there, and they engage more there.
Okay. So I like, that you picked it up, and then it's something that you actually really enjoy. Usually, I've talked to some people where they pick it up, because they're trying to make a quick buck, or they're trying to, get some money or something. But you picked it up for, a really good reason. You picked it up, and it's something that you actually enjoy doing.
Yeah, I really do. And I just feel like what I offer is something different, because what I'm seeing, especially from female rappers, it's just not on there. So I just want to bring something different. I'm bringing a different type of style than what they're used to seeing.
So whenever you had told your mom that you were actually going to start rapping and stuff, I mean, she was obviously an artist before.
Yeah.
And your dad's a DJ, which is dope, by the way.
Yeah.
They must have been, all aboard and, completely supported.
Yeah, my mom loved the idea, and I take my mom on, like, video shoots sometimes.
Hey, shout out to Mom.
Yeah, Mama Marie. Hey, Mama. She just, it makes her light up. It makes her smile, and that really changes everything for me. That brightens, it makes it worth it. Like, just seeing her happy and her hearing it and her sharing it with her friends, and it just makes that void a little bit easier for her, because I can't bring my brother back, but I can make her smile, and I enjoy that.
That's good. I like that. And, having that support system behind you, it goes a long way whenever you're trying to become an artist. It really does.
It really does.
And, I've talked to people where they have no support system. You hear it all the time. People just don't get the support that they should from family and friends and stuff. So having that, it actually helps a lot.
It really does.
So getting into the music, a little bit later in life, what is that like compared to, somebody who started whenever they're, 15 or something?
To me, it's like, I've been blessed that I ran into people in music before I even said I was going to do it. And they put me on the right track. Like, House of Cherries is one of the shows that I did a couple episodes with. So her name is Terry Cherry. She's out of Dallas. She really put me on to a lot of different things. My mom knows people at like a record label that, has some of my music. And it's just been a nice transition. I know people that do music videos. God just put it all together. So it was easy transition. It didn't feel like I was an outsider trying to get my way in.
Yeah.
I was able to get in a lot easier than most people would be able to.
So you were already surrounded completely, surrounded by everybody in like music business and people who could, help you out. So you kind of just like dove right in.
Yeah.
And you said 7 months you've been?
Yeah, about 7 months, yes.
And I've seen, in the 7 months, you have done a lot more than I have seen other artists do in, a year or, their first year or two.
Yeah.
So how is that, how is that grind that you got? Like, you're just constantly putting something out, or you're constantly in the studio working on something?
It's because I love it, for one, and for two, when I'm dedicated to something, I want to finish something, I get it done. Like when my projects are due, I want to get them done. If I have a feature that's due, I want to get it done. I just love to just entertain people. Like that's my thing. I went to school for broadcasting. I wanted to entertain people. I wanted to be in front of people. So for me, it's just fun as heck. And I like to be like, oh, let me show you what I'm doing. And I like to show it to people. So yeah.
I hear a lot of people kind of say that that hip hop or rap is kind of like a young person's game.
Yeah.
What do you think of that? What is your take on, is it a young person's game? I personally don't think so. I personally think, I'd listen to an 80-year-old artist if he's doing something and he's putting something out that's dope.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what the age is. But what is your take on this?
My take is anybody can do it. I mean, the benefit is I look young, so I don't know, because nobody knows how old I am, and I'll never tell a soul. But I think anybody could do it, and it goes to show, like, all the goats that's even out there right now, everybody's depending on it is the older heads, and when they retire, who knows what the fuck's gonna happen, because a lot of the younger heads just don't have it yet. And the way that music's going, it's more of a popularity contest. It's less about bars. And I think younger artists need to know, like, you may be the coldest person out there, but guess what? It's all about popularity right now. It's not about your hardest bar that comes out, because that don't mean you're going to make it.
Yeah, so that kind of transition of going in from, back in the day, it being very bar heavy, and you didn't have to be the most popular, but if you had the hardest bars, people would know about it.
Yes.
And word of mouth was the way it got around, back in the day. Everybody was like, yo, so-and-so over there, they got the coldest bars.
Yeah.
So coming into it now to where, like you said, it is a popularity contest, it's completely different. It's completely changed the game, because now you have somebody, who might not be the most lyrically there, but they can be at the top of the charts. Yes,
and especially with female rap, you don't really have to be talented to be a female artist. Like, you just have to have a look.
Yes,
and if you have some talent with it, that's a plus. But female artists are being looked at as an accessory, and I'm hoping to come around and change that, because we're not an accessory. We have bars too. We have skill.
And female artists in the rap game have always been, kind of second. A lot of people look at the male artists and they know them, but a lot of these female artists that were back in the day, they were harder, than a lot of these guys were.
Yes.
I mean, growing up and listening to like Lil' Kim and stuff, these girls were a lot harder than a lot of these guys that they were on the songs with them.
Yes.
So who are some of your, influences in music as far as, female artists?
As far as female artists, number one, Missy Elliott. Like, Missy Elliott is an inventor. Like, her style has never been able to be duplicated.
No, definitely not.
And Missy Elliott was just different, and everything she brings to the table is different. So she
was one of a kind.
Yeah, I love her. I look up to her. I think that Missy Elliott is just right the avenue kind of realm that I want to be in, because she plays by her own rules and has her own ball game.
And even to this day, you can put on any Missy track and it still holds weight, as if it just came out.
Yeah,
as if it just came out, like that. Her music is unmatched. Her music is unduplicatable.
Yes.
Is that even a word?
Yeah,
Duplicable, something like that.
You can't duplicate it.
You can't duplicate it, which I like that you're trying to step into, because right now we have a lot of these Ice Spices. We have a lot of these girls that, like you said, they might have a look, but they have maybe a little bit of talent.
Yeah.
And it's been curated by people that are behind them, trying to push them out.
Yes.
But you're trying to bring something different to the table.
Yes.
That's dope. I like that. As far as artists in general, not just female artists, who are some of your influences?
First of all, like J. Cole, I love that he has like real lyricism, and he shows that being a lyricist is not dead. So I love J. Cole about that. Another male artist I like is Young Dolph. Like, even though he passed away, he tells a story. He tells a story. And a lot of people don't understand that Young Dolph tells stories. And you could feel like you're going to the damn Target. You feel like you're a gangster selling dope. Like, I feel that way when I'm listening to Young Dolph. So he's definitely an influence of mine that I just love the way he could tell a story and make a story come to life. And then, of course, the GOAT, Lil Wayne. Like, I love Lil Wayne. Yeah. Because he could just spaz. And I love that. He's
just good on anything he does.
Anything.
I mean, you go as far as from his first record to something that he puts out, if he put it out yesterday, and it's just as good.
Yes. So Lil Wayne's definitely up there. He's definitely an inspiration to me in a lot of ways. And then, of course, you know, people like Lil Kim, and then, of course, Nicki Minaj, because I just love Nicki is animated. And, you know, I went to school for broadcasting, so I get the animation part of all of it. I love it. And then Lil Kim is just a GOAT in her own right, so I like her too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was always a Trina. I like Trina.
Trina
is dope. I like Trina.
Yeah.
But I like that you said Cole, because he is somebody who is bringing, you know, the bar heavy. But even whenever you hear him on like a trap track or something, something along those lines, he will still come with some crazy bars to it.
Yes, he will.
And he will always, you know, he fits into wherever he's put, which is crazy.
Yes, no matter what kind of song it is. And you learn something from every song. I think if you could teach me something, I love you even more. So.
Yeah, I love a good song where I'm able to hear a story with it.
Yes.
So I like that you said Young Dolph too. That's different.
Yeah.
Okay. So getting into music and stuff, you just put out a project. You just put out an EP, right?
Yes, I did. It came out Friday. It's called Trigger Warning. And I'm very proud of it because it showed from where I started, from where I am, like, kind of now. But I'm almost done with my second EP, actually, right now. So it actually shows up to my experience up to about a month ago. And it's crazy to see how I went from, oh, you can handle a beat, you got bars, to, wow, the inflections, the difference in your voice, you change your cadence, you can do this, you can do that. And all that growth happened in just a few months, thanks to my engineer, because he challenges me. And he makes me great. So shout out to Vision to Life, because they really do just make me be great and make me keep coming harder and think harder and find different ways to show, no, I just don't rap. Let me show you and feed you this story. So it just shows how better I get with each track. So it's a really good experience to have that project as my first one, because it shows my growth throughout the past 7 months.
Yeah, that's I like that you shouted out your engineer, because I've always said, like, the engineers are kind of like the unsung hero of being in a studio.
Yes.
I was talking to Fred on him a couple weeks back, and he's a producer but also an engineer and everything. So he was putting me on, like, the things that the engineer has to do, and he was saying that, like, a good engineer is somebody who could really bring out the best in an artist, and then you were saying that yours does.
Yes.
So is that like something new for you, like going in there and trying to, like, be the rapper in the studio, or is it kind of just natural for you?
I was scared as hell at first.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
the first 5 times I didn't even want to go in there, and I just be like, okay, I'm here. And it was hard at first, but each session it gets better and better. And now I go in there, I'm like, I put on the headphones, I'm like, fuck it, let's go. Like, I'm ready. Like, but that comes with, it came with a lot of time and a lot of practice.
A lot of people don't realize kind of how scary it can be getting into the booth, and you're behind the glass, watching them or something, and they're like over there and you just have to, like, kind of rap, and nobody else can really hear it because it's in your headphones.
Yes.
Which it's kind of a scary thing.
Yes, it really is. And then at the same time, you're trying to you need people to feel what you're saying, because it's all about your cadence, how you say it. Because if you're very flat, they're like, I ain't really feeling this.
Yes,
but
yes.
You have to be able to tell your story, and you have to be able to bring the cadence with it. Because if you cannot, then it's going to fall on deaf ears, no matter how dope you are.
Yeah.
So you really have to be able to portray that to an audience so they can actually feel you. And a lot of good engineers will say, hell no, you need to redo that. You might redo it 10 times till the person feels it.
Yes.
And then it comes out and it sounds really good versus some engineers that just be like, go ahead, do your thing, and then they let you go. And
They
you
just
don't
collect the
learn.
money and that's it, you know.
Yeah. So I really encourage you, if you are an artist, get you an engineer that really cares about you, that wants to see you succeed. Because if not, then you gonna fail. You just wasting your money because they ain't taking no time. They're not working with you. And at the same time, you're learning artist development at the same time you're recording. So I've been learning both at the same time.
That's really good. That's a great tip to any, you know, artist that's actually coming up. Because, like you said, I mean, you might be paying this guy, and if he doesn't actually care about it, he's just going to punch you in, punch you out.
Exactly.
Let you go on your way. Whether he doesn't care if it's a good record or not.
Exactly. And I'm happy I don't go through that. Sometimes I get
that's
aggravated because I gotta keep doing it, but I fucking keep doing it till it sounds good. And in the end, I just be like, "Thank you," because I understand why you made me do this so many times.
That's good. I mean, the more you have to do it, the more you're learning, and the more you're actually, you know, like you said, you're growing as an artist.
Yes.
So, Trigger Warning. That's the name of the EP.
Yes.
Trigger Warning. All right. How did you come up with the name? Tell me, you know, the just the thought behind it. Like, what is Trigger Warning?
It actually came from Private Hip Hop Podcast. If you don't tune into them, you need to as well.
Hey, shout out to them.
Shout out
Yes.
to them in Waco. But they had this guy on the show. Is Birdhouse. He's actually an engineer and producer out at ATX. And he was listening to my first song that came out, which was No Features. And he was like, damn, that shit need to come with a trigger warning because you over here making people trigger their emotions. And I said, oh, my God, this is the fucking name of the EP, Trigger Warning. And that's how I came up with the name of the EP. Trigger Warning was from them because every time anybody would hear No Features and just how the way the bars hit, they was like, man, you're triggering some bullshit in my life, especially the end part when it's something about your daddy never came back, text or call. And they're like, oh, my God, you fucked up and told my whole childhood. So I just felt like, damn, the way I hit people, I always hit them with their emotions, and they always say that. So that's how I came up with the name.
Okay, that's dope. I like, you know, that it actually has a story behind it.
Yes.
And then you're getting this feedback from other people.
Yes.
That you're like, all right, you know, maybe, you know, what I'm putting out is dope. You know, I do need a trigger warning with this shit.
Yeah, so it just worked out. It was perfect.
So putting this project together and putting this project out, how has, you know, that been throughout this 7 months? You know, it's a whole process that goes into it.
It was great, actually. It's been very smooth. I had so many people that want to help me. Like a bigger artist, his name is NHL Strap. He's out of Austin. He has a lot of views, a lot of Spotify streams, everything. And I've known him for the past 4 years. He even got on the EP. He was like, yeah, I'm going to do a song for you. And just help motivate me and always give me tips and tricks and stuff like that and just how to go about my music career. So that was nice as well. So it's been all smooth because everybody that's been around has been around to help me. Nobody's been there like, oh, I'm not going to try to help you. So everybody's been so helpful. And I think that's hard to find is people that really care about you. And I was blessed to have a lot of people that cared about me.
That's dope, especially coming, you know, this is your first project that you're putting out. So, I mean, for it to go so smoothly and to have all this help around you is really dope. It helps to produce a good project.
Yeah, it really does. And like the whole project runs smooth from beginning to end. Every track just runs amazing. And I'm just so proud of it. I really am. So,
I mean, aside from the music, you said you do YouTube and you do, you know, vlogs and as well and stuff. How did you actually get into that, you know, as, you know?
I actually got into it out of depression. So,
Speak on it.
Even though I went to school for broadcasting and stuff like that, I was in sales and I'm still in sales, and sales just pay way more than a broadcaster. Even though I was great at it, they told me I need to be a live reporter. That was my thing. That was my field. I just like, nah, I ain't leaving this high paying job to go be a newscaster and try to work my way up. So F that. So I was like, I'll go ahead and use what I've learned in broadcasting, be able to bring it my own way and become a YouTuber. And I was just really depressed, down in my life, in a bad point in my life. And then I just got on the camera and I started doing YouTube, and it just started growing, and it kept growing, and it just keeps growing. And I'm just very proud of it. And it's just a place that I feel happy and safe at.
Okay. Mm-hmm. What is the kind of difference between a content creator and an artist?
It's a big difference between being a content creator and an artist because, like, when it comes to content creating, a lot of things that I do on YouTube, Bath and Body Works and stuff like that. So the name sells itself. So yeah, I'm the extra. I'm the pizzazz and the jazz. But the name sells itself. When you're an artist, you are the name. You sell yourself.
That's true. You're the product you're selling.
Yeah, I'm the product. So it's a lot different because it's all about me. If I fail, it's because I failed, not because I got a backbone or something that can fix it for me because it is a popular name. No, I am the name. So it is a lot different.
So, I mean, getting into YouTube and stuff is, it's something that a lot of people are trying to do now.
Yeah.
And it's hard to kind of carve your niche, and you've been able to do that. Is there any kind of like secret sauce or something that you were doing, or is it just all personality?
Love what you do, because if you're doing it for a check, you're in the wrong business. Because
Yes.
YouTube, it takes a moment to get a check.
Yes.
And then I started off just getting $100. Like, it took me forever to get to that first $100. And then when I got to that $100, it kept growing. Then it got commas. So it's like, it takes work, but you need to get into it for the love of it. Because if you're not in it for the love of it, people will see it, and people will not follow it. Like, you don't have to have the best camera. You don't have to have the best anything, because when you have the best everything, they don't give a fuck. Like, they don't.
Yeah.
If your personality is whack and they realize that you fake, they're not going to follow you. Just be genuine, be yourself, and put out what you can.
I mean, that's wonderful to say, because
Yeah.
whenever I was getting into trying to do YouTube, I was coming at it from the perspective of, oh, I have to have the best camera.
Yeah.
I have to have the best mics. I got to make it look good. And then at the end of the day, I realized if nobody wants to see me, they're not going to see me. And it doesn't matter if I'm recording on my phone. It
Yep.
doesn't matter if I'm recording on a $10,000 camera.
Yep.
They're going to watch me doing some bullshit
Yep.
on a fancy-ass camera if I'm not putting out something good.
Exactly. Because people see personality, they read through fate. So just be yourself. Like, sometimes I didn't even have a good camera. I was using a camera phone that was broke when I first started. I came out with garbage quality, but people still kept coming, and people would still keep following because they enjoy what I did and they like my personality. And that's why they kept pushing through until I got better quality. And I'm still not where I need to be yet, but they still rock with me hard.
And that's why you say they're a family.
Yeah, that's why they're my family. I see them as family more than I see like, oh, they're a tick mark. No,
Yeah.
they're my family.
And that's crazy because, you've been putting them out for so long, but I think one thing that you can attest to is that consistency is key to it.
Yeah, it's very much so. Like, I put out content 4 to 5 times a week. Even last year, I had a mild stroke from COVID, and I got real sick. I still tried to do as much as I could for my channel, for the growth of my channel. And I even felt bad when I couldn't even put out stuff because people depend on it, because I put a lot of positivity in there, and I give a lot of words of encouragement, and I just try to make people's day brighter.
Yeah.
And that's the main point of my channel, just to make people's days brighter.
And sometimes, you're in one of those depressed moods and you're looking forward to one of your favorite YouTubers or something to put something out, and it brings just that little spark that, might lift you up just a little bit.
Yes.
And that's what you are to a lot of people. And
Yes.
I see why you say you would feel bad if you don't, because maybe they just need it that day.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody just needs it that day, and maybe you couldn't do it, or...
And that makes me feel bad if I'm not there, just to give them that. Sometimes I'll be down, but I want to be able to encourage somebody else so they can be up.
Yeah, I like that. And you seem like somebody who just embodies kind of positivity and kind of radiates kind of that positive energy.
I try. I try.
Until you get in that booth and you start spitting them bars.
Yeah, and it's so funny because even under some of the comments of some of the videos, they're like, I cannot believe this is the same girl that takes us to Bath and Body Works, because these are 2 separate people, but I love it. Like,
so you have these kind of 2 different personalities, but you're able to channel them so well.
I have a lot of personalities, actually. I have about 7.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I have like 7. But yeah,
so we still have 5 more that still need to come out.
Yes, and like through the music, you hear different people. Like, Crystal, like when Crystal's on the song, that's one of our personalities. That's the sexual person. And Mornita's more of a rapper. And then there's Tina Marie, that's more of like the girly one that like gives you like, oh, you that bomb bitch kind of thing. It's so many different personalities. And you can hear even through the EP, like, okay, this song triggers to this person, you can hear the different personalities come out.
What is that writing process for you? I know some people, they'll get into the studio and they'll try to write, or they will sit pen and pad, or they'll sit on their phone. What is that process kind of like for you?
I sit on my phone. Like, I hear a hot beat, and if I'm able to, I'm going like this. I'm like, okay, I need this beat. I gotta buy this beat right here because I'm about to make something shake. And I sit there and I sit with the beat. And I babysit it, and then I come up with a song. And I am that kind of person that I do not like stopping until it's done. So I might go and put my phone do not disturb, or just tell people I'm sorry, I can't talk right now because I'm writing something real quick because I don't want to lose that train of thought.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you're in that zone, I mean, it's kind of, you're locked in.
Yes, very much so.
For some people, it might not be that easy to get into that mode. So whenever you're in that mode, it's like you just gotta push through it.
Yes, and I do that. That's what I be doing.
So we said consistency is key, but what is it like trying to balance the music, the YouTube, the kids, work, and all this different? How is it trying to balance all that? That's a juggling act right there.
It's hard. Like, I ain't gonna cap. My day starts 4:30 in the morning. And it don't, it's like 11. I'd be trying to be in bed by 9, but kids on summer break, so don't usually go that way. So it's been back and forth. But I like it because if my life didn't have nothing going, I don't feel I'm accomplishing nothing. I don't like that. I have a form of ADHD, so I'm always on the go, and I like to be on the go. It's just one of the things I like.
It's crazy because I stay, fairly busy, and sometimes I'm like, I kind of just want a day where I don't do anything. Yeah. And then I get a day where I don't do anything, and I'm like, I didn't get shit done today.
Yeah, you feel like
I didn't do anything today.
Yeah, you're like, ooh, I'm so lazy.
Like it's what I want. You want to be able to just sit there and kind of just like watch TV, just do nothing, relax. Yeah. But then whenever you do, it's like, the fuck did I do all day?
Not a motherfucking thing.
I didn't do shit. I feel like I didn't accomplish nothing. I feel like I got nothing done. It's not the best feeling.
Yes, and that's how I feel sometimes too. Like, I just be chilling, I'd be like, I need to be up doing something right now. So I don't know, I just like to stay busy on my toes and doing different things, and just making sure my kids are loved, making sure I spend different days with them, letting them do things that they like to do. I just try to balance and give everybody time. And I think like having a schedule and stuff like that just makes it easier, and you're able to do all those things.
So, I mean, that's a talent in itself, because I struggle with trying to balance things. Yeah. I struggle with that. I mean, I lose my train of thought really easy. Yeah. So I might be doing something, and then I get distracted doing some shit over here, and then I get distracted doing some shit over here, and then whatever I was originally working on might not ever get done. Yeah. So, I mean, I know how it is trying to balance everything, and it's not an easy thing. So.
No, it's not at all. It's very difficult.
So, being a female artist, is that kind of like a stigma in itself? Like, people expect you to be a certain kind of way? Or people expect something from you, like as far as being like a Nicki, or being like, somebody who puts like sexuality out there, kind of?
I think so. I think the stereotype of a female artist sucks. Like, everything is sexualized for a female artist that they don't put on the male. A female has to look a certain way. A male can look like anything, and it don't matter. As long as he can spit bars, they don't care.
And it doesn't even have to be, they don't even got to spit bars.
Yeah, a female don't got to do nothing. Like, it just has to look a certain way. And I really am just trying to keep life away from that. Like I said, Missy is my inspiration. So I'm kind of on that avenue. I'm not one to over-sexualizing myself. Yeah. I don't do that. I don't shake ass on Instagram. I don't do that. It's just not my style, and it's not made for me. And I don't knock whoever style that is. It's not my style.
Yeah, it's just not you.
Yeah, it's not my personality. It's not my style. I've never had to do those things to get attention, and I'm not going to start now just so people can listen to my music. I don't have to do it.
So what is kind of like dating as a female artist? Like, do you tell people like straight up like you're an artist or what? Like, what is that like?
I don't date like that, but I don't really talk about it much. Like, but it always gets out there. It's just like even being with the YouTube thing, I don't talk about it much because then it gets weird. It's like, you're a celebrity. No, not really. But it just gets weird, so I don't talk about it like at all. It's
I mean, it's different because guys in music, they'll talk about, you know, women all the time, and that's kind of like the thing, you know. Everybody talks about hoes and all this stuff that they're doing, and so I mean, I'm sure for a female artist, it's not easy to just be like, oh, I'm a rapper, and they're like, that's awesome, or they're, you know,
yeah. Like I think sometimes men use it as a bragging thing. I don't see myself using it as a bragging thing because I don't need to brag. I'm myself, and that's a brag enough. So I don't use music as a form of bragging. But if somebody asks, like, you know, can I hear your shit? And I let them hear it because I just know it's different, and I know I'm just not like pussy ass. Like, that's not what I'm doing. I'm not on that. I'm on something different. So I don't mind sharing my music.
I think that's a big thing to overcome too, is actually being able to share your music with people. Yeah. Because I know whenever I first started doing like YouTube and like doing interviews and stuff, I didn't want to show anybody. Yeah. I didn't want to be like, oh, you check out what I did. No, it felt weird. Yeah. It feels weird telling people to like watch you or something. Is that something that you had to like overcome or grow or?
I did at first, but after being in YouTube so long, it's just like, meh, it is what it is. The music thing was kind of like, okay, I sent it to my best friend, I'm like, listen to this. And then she really loves it. She shares it with people, and they share it with somebody else. And now it's just like, okay, I rap. This is it. And then I let them listen to it and see what they think. But at first I was shy about my music, but not no more. Now I'm just like, it's whatever. It don't bother me no more.
So you said you're already halfway done with your next project?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a date or anything set for that? Or
it's gonna come out in October, beginning of October. It's called Real MC.
Okay.
It already has a title. It already has a lead introduction track. It already has a lead single. It already has all those things already done. Because in this project that I'm gonna be coming out with, it's just more focused on rap skills. Yes, there's a little pussy popping song in there, but it's mainly based on bars, transitions, being lyrical, and beats and flow. Like, that's what it's based on for that project. That's why I called it Real MC, because it's like being a real MC, like what rap started on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you have one of those, you know, little pussy popping songs, that's like you said, that's just one of the personalities that people are gonna hear.
That's Crystal, and Crystal did get her own track, and this shit is fire. It's called Flavor. So Crystal has a track. So
sometimes they just gotta, you know, get their little shine.
Yes.
You gotta let everybody know that yes, I can do this.
Yes.
But I can do this over here too, and I got bars. But if I wanted to come in y'all's lane,
I can come over there with y'all.
I can come over here and fucking wreck shit.
Yes.
I like that. You know, that's dope. That's dope. You know, you gotta just you gotta flex a little bit.
Yes.
You gotta show them like, hey, I am that. I am him. I am.
Yes. Basically, yes. And it's just one last song that needs to be done on it. It's something really different. It's more of like a getting more emotional kind of song, and I haven't been emotional really on no song, so it's my hardest one, and I think it's going to be the one that stands out the most because the last one I'm working on right now is very, very, very emotional, and I'm not that good on emotions.
Yeah, how is that going into like the studio and trying to essentially relive whatever the emotions are? You know, is that hard to kind of channel or?
It is very hard because I'm a hard person. Like, you know, being from New York, you tough, you don't show emotion, you hard, like, and that's what you're supposed to be. So when you gotta soften up and you have to be something softer and kinder, it's hard. It's very hard. It's a very vulnerable place to be in. It's very vulnerable.
Well, I can't wait to hear it.
I can't wait to write it. I ain't ready yet.
Well, I can't wait to hear it. I can't wait to hear the project. Everybody needs to check it out. What do you hope for, you know, in the future? Like, what is your future goals? What's next for Miss Tina Marie?
Mainly like in music, my main thing is just to bring something different something different than what you see every time you think of a female artist. That's just my main thing, just to be different. Not different like I gotta act the monkey, but just different, just something refreshing, something new, something positive, and that's just my whole basis. If I can just bring a new perspective to being a female artist, I did my job.
Hey, that's dope.
Yeah.
You have some music videos coming out too, right? I saw you promoting some that are gonna be coming out.
Yes.
Any word on when those are coming out, or
2 of the 3 have dropped. So Top Notch dropped a couple days ago. It's already over 1,000 views. I dropped Pressure, which it dropped I think yesterday. It's halfway to 1,000.
Okay.
And the big one is Man Eater. We're trying to finish it up. We got 1 scene left. That's the big one, and that should be dropping in a couple weeks.
Man Eater is the one I saw on your Instagram that had the red lights and everything.
Yes,
that
one's dope.
That one looks dope. Okay,
yeah,
that one looks like you did something on that one. We gonna be tuning in for that one.
Yeah, Man Eater is that song right there. That's deep. That's deep, but it's real life shit.
So the 3 videos are all in the project, right?
Yeah, they're all on the current project. Yes.
So the current project has, if I'm not mistaken, 7 songs.
It has 6 songs, and then 3 of the 6 have videos.
Yeah, so I think that's dope that you're actually adding like that visual aspect to over like half the project.
Yes. I wanted to make sure to give some visuals. Plus, I've never done music videos before, and that's a little bit different than doing YouTube and different stuff.
Yeah.
Because that was hard. Like, doing videos is not easy. It took me a minute, and I still got a lot of way to go when it comes to
It's hard to
videos.
look cool in front of the camera
Yeah.
whenever you're trying to like rap at the same time. Like I shoot music videos, so seeing the artist, it's not easy to get into that groove. Just having somebody with a camera like right in your face or something.
And you're like, you don't know if this looks good. You don't know if the angle right.
Yeah.
You don't know nothing. You're trusting this person behind the camera to guide you to make some shit look hot, and you don't even know what it's gonna look like.
Yeah, and
So it's hard.
I'm sure that I've never been on that side of a music video, but I'm more comfortable on the camera side to where I'm doing all that.
Yeah.
It's a lot. So, I mean, that's dope that you're doing all the music videos for these. And we can't wait to see Man Eater.
Yeah, that joint's going to be so fire. I'm so proud of that. I'm proud of all of them. But Man Eater, like that song was an unfinished song. And then it just came to me like in a dream. Because a lot of my music comes to me in a dream. And I wake up and then I just finish writing. And because the thing was there for 3 months. And I didn't do nothing with the beat or nothing. And it just came to me and I just finished it.
So it just, hey. It just happened. It's just
that's how my music usually happens. I wake up and then it's like that bar comes to me in a dream and I'm like, write it down. I feel it's my brother telling me like, this is what you need to do.
He's guiding you. He's giving you that guidance that you need to be the dope MC.
Yeah, because he's the rapper. So I really feel it comes from him.
Hey, well, that's dope. I can't wait to see what you got coming. Everybody needs to check out Trigger Warning, available on all platforms.
Everywhere you can download Trigger Warning.
Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music,
Tidal.
Deezer, Tidal.
Mm-hmm. Everywhere. You need to definitely download it. You're going to enjoy it from beginning to end. It's a wonderful project, and it shows a lot of growth throughout the whole project.
It does. From beginning to end, it's dope. It's quick. It's I think like 13, 15 minutes long.
Yeah, it's quick. My ADHD, I ain't making no long ass songs.
So
period.
it's an easy listen. It's dope. You're gonna enjoy it all the way through. Man Eater, Tina Marie.
Yeah.
I thank you for taking the time to sit down with me.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey, we out here. Tina Marie, definitely need to check everything out. We on the lookout for the new project coming out and the Man Eater music video.
Yes, because that joint going to be super dope. So follow me. If you don't follow me on Instagram, it's TMR2886. I've been doing a lot of dope things on there, and I work with a lot of different platforms. Just being positive and just put my music out there.
Hey, definitely follow her. Follow her everywhere. YouTube, Instagram. I don't know if you have Twitter or...
I started a TikTok for music because I got one for beauty, but I don't have one for music, so I just started one for music. I don't even know the name of it. But I got one.
I'll find it. I'll put everything in the description so you're able to follow her everywhere. Hey, we out here. Slump Sessions, Tina Marie. Hey, stay slump. Hey.
Bye.
Roll it up, let it slump. Roll it up, Let's roll it up, roll it up. Talk about it, be about it, take another shot.